Hello, everybody. We're Daniel and Alison from Play the Game. This is not a vlog.
It's not a vlog.
Which is the only content you've seen from us from Origins so far. So we're doing a video to recap what we got at Origins, what we saw at Origins, just let you know how it was for us, the games that we saw that were awesome, the games that we're looking forward to, all the stuff. So
when we got to Origins, we got to see...
there's one missing.
Oh, what's missing? You planned that, didn't you?
Nope. Yep.
Anyways, when we got to Origins, we got to see friends in the hotel right away, which was awesome. It just started out great, and we had a blast. We really did. If you got to go
shoot some stuff with Alex and Jesse. Yeah, and then Jesse deleted our video by accident. Stuff happens. It happens. So there's a great, just imagine it. Just imagine the best video you've ever seen with Quackalope and
one of these he gave us.
Yes.
Oh, it's on the
Marvel
bottom
Champions.
here.
We'll get to that in a second.
Oh, okay.
So I cannot, because some people are going to click off of this video quickly, and the people that do need to know about this. Sorry, future me that's editing this.
Green team wins. I mean, first of all, it's the perfect color to say that they win, because I always play green. Green's the best color. It's my favorite color. Green team wins.
That's where the fanny pack came from. So it's
the game
I got
will
a fanny
fit.
pack.
I got one too. I just didn't think of wearing it and showcasing it. You do it well.
Thank you.
You fanny pack well.
Thank you.
Although fannies are your butt.
It's better up here. It's more secure up here.
Okay, so green team wins. The box comes with 12 players.
It's one of the greatest party games we have ever played. We got to play it at the at Chris Goethe's Charity Board Gamers Hangout.
Yeah.
So it plays 12 players out of the box. It plays an infinite number of players. Everyone has a whiteboard. There's a bunch of cards in there that have it's majority wins. So like on the back of the box, you have first blank. You have way too many pillows or way too many stuffed animals. They're just choices.
They're just choices.
Or some of them have, like, who would make the best boss? The Scarecrow, the Tin Man, someone else I can't see. But you get these, like, a scenario or a choice or just to fill in the blank.
You have a whiteboard and you just write which one you would choose.
Everyone picks something and then majority wins. So everyone says, okay, who put first base? And then everyone at first base raises their hand. Who put first down? Everyone raises their hand. Majority wins. Everyone starts on the orange team. They have a little token in front that says orange team, green team.
Right here.
Everyone starts on the orange team. If you are in the majority, you flip over to the green team. You get 1 point tracked on your scoring board or on your whiteboard. If the next time you remain in the majority and you are already on the green team, you get 2 points. Green team wins. That's the entire game.
The entire game.
You played through a certain number of cards or a certain number of points.
Now, One Board Family... is it Sidekicks, Tantrum House, and Board Game Spotlight. These are all other content creators that we know and love. They all collaborated with 25th Century Games and made a board game cards. Like this is the promo for those. I was better at this one than I was at the other one. I'm not good at this game.
But it was so much fun. And then so that was just, if you're looking for a party game, Green
25th
team
Century.
Wins. Yes.
They sold out real quick.
So I don't know where the promo packs will be, if they're going to be at convention only.
Try to get them, though. If you like board games, try to get those, because those are a lot of fun.
Another game we saw on that same night that we don't have, I have some video that I'll stick up here while we're PLINK, plonk, plonk.
It's PLINK.
PLINK. Scott Brady, who did Hues and Cues.
And Boop.
And Boop, which is coming from Smirk and Dagger.
Laugh and Dagger.
Yeah, Smirk and Laughter.
Smirk and Laughter.
Coming this fall is going to be massive.
Boop is.
Yeah, Boop is. Hopefully, PLINK will also be net massive.
I don't know who. You need to pick this game up.
Yes, they're pitching it to publishers right now. So PLINK, is it PLINK?
It's PLINK.
Okay, everyone. So there's cards with numbers on them. There's a ping pong ball and a bouncy ball. It's another party game. You play it at a table. There's a ping pong ball and a bouncy ball. On your turn, you flip over a card. It has a number on it. That's how many times you have to bounce the ball before it goes off the table. There's also cards that have challenges on them, as we described in our vlog. It's like beer pong without the beer, so there's other things to make it challenging.
Yeah.
So like some of them is you can have a person that can hit the ball back on the table if it needs to bounce more. Sometimes you have to throw it over the back of your head. It was so much fun to watch. I didn't play it. I just watched it. It was so much fun to watch. It's one of those.
There was a lot of cheers and ooh and ahs.
Just one of those simple, incredibly fun party games that I'm excited to see. Could totally see that on a Target shelf or what.
Yeah, easy.
It needs to be. So whoever, if you're watching this, whoever's in charge,
you need to,
yes, if you've seen it pitched,
contact Scott Brady and check it out. Okay, so he jumped ahead to.
Well, it was the same night. It was the Thursday night.
Right, but you jumped ahead because we still had Wednesday. We went to the first look room and we got to see quite a few games. I think Tome is one of the ones. It's a trick-taking game, which I've learned that I really like trick-taking games. And so this one, it was kickstarted, I believe, last year. It's from Reversal Games. And it's kind of got spells and that type of thing, but it's not too witchcrafty. But
I didn't see much about this one.
I loved the art. It was fantastic. I have not opened it yet. I think that he gave me
expansions, we have an
expansion,
expansion
but they're
also.
not. It's just a trick-taking game, light versus dark. There's obviously powerful cards, and then if you can create a chain and get more points, you can also play it 1-to-1 or 2-to-2. It's just, it looked really, really cool. So he let us have it because I was like, the boys love trick-taking.
Yeah.
So that was one of the ones we saw.
We need to go in like chronological order of the trip. I think we just pick up something.
There's a couple more. We did see the Star Realms Legacy game,
we'll
which is coming out. We're going to play through that. I'm so pumped about that game. There was the Lunar. Help me here.
There was one. It was from Dead Alive. It was Dead Alive Games.
Yeah.
It was a
Lunar.
Yeah, it was
we didn't get to play it.
No.
Oh, this is gonna drive me crazy. I've got pictures of it.
Yeah, it was it's a bidding game. You're trying to take stuff to the moon, bring stuff back to the moon.
Now you're not. I was like, are you terraforming? And he was like, no, it's not terraforming.
It's just It's delivering stuff to the moon and bringing stuff back. Yeah. It's a limited number of rounds. I'm leaning because the board was went around the outside. But if you went the long route, you could take more, but it took more time. If you went the short route, you could carry less, but it takes more time. But it's just a strategic bidding delivery game.
There's a Western game too.
Yeah, Western kind of sandboxy kind of game.
It reminded me a little bit of Bantam West, but it was really colorful. Like I was so attracted to the game board. And he said the reason he designed it that way is because he loved when you open a map, say it like Disney World, how it was so colorful and you could see where you were. He said he wanted it to look like that, and that's exactly the vibe I got. It was gorgeous.
It was. Find the name of that
what was really cool about that one was that you could be bandits as well. And so two bandits could be kind of working together, and it was kind of like secret.
Best of the West.
Yes. So they'd had this whiteboard that they would like show under the table, be like, this is where I'm at, so they could go into hiding. So the bandits would know where the other ones were, but then the Rangers, or I can't remember what the actual name was, that they could try to catch them, but they could jump out, and it was just really interesting. I was interested in that game. Let's see.
We also saw Cult of the Deep there, which is coming to retail from BA Games. Yeah, that is a game that we've debated featuring it on the channel just because it's a little dark. Theme-wise, it's a little dark there, but it's a cult-centered game. It's a really fun.
I died real fast when we played.
It's a dice rolling hidden kind of roll game. It's a hidden roll game. Dice rolling. It's incredibly fun. There's another game we saw from BA Games. It's their next game that is called Forged.
Yes,
Forged.
I think so.
Something about a forge. You're trying to become the best blacksmith.
Yeah, and that's a dice placement and kind of resource collecting.
Yes, dice placement, resource kind of trading and building, being able to upgrade swords and stuff that you're making. That looked really fun.
Now, that was just the prototype that they had there and already looked really cool. Inset boards and things like that. I'm really interested in that game, so I'm really excited about that one. That's one that the boys can play.
What's this?
This is mine. So you guys have fun mugs that you hear.
Yeah, I stole your Star Wars mug that Devin gave us.
You did. So I got my own mug. Now, I always play green, so of course it's green, and it's got a D20 on it. And look at this. It's just, I can hold so much coffee in here. I don't have much left in here, so I'm not going to pour it in there, and I haven't washed it yet. But yeah, so I have my own mug to play the game.
So much stuff. We'll leave the link to the artist that did this below, because they have tons of different...
Pawley Studios?
That looks like. Pawley. Pawley.
Pawley Studios.
Yeah. They had so many different designs with fun board game related stuff. Just
and like coasters
lots of nerd culture stuff.
Oh, I loved it.
It was awesome.
So this one, because it was green, I had to grab that one.
Now, Imagineers we picked up from Maple Games. This is designed by Chris Leader and Ken Franklin.
Which
Saw
are
this.
friends.
Yeah, good friends of ours. Just had heard about it, had not had a chance to play it.
Was saying that he worked on it too. Yeah.
Oh, Daryl
Andrews.
Yeah.
So yeah, because he was like, I'm a little biased, but it's a great game. And
Now,
I was
is he Maple Games? It says president.
It does say president.
Is he? I know Maple Games exclusive, like they're required to have Canadian ties.
Uh-huh.
So I know Daryl is Canadian.
So yeah.
So yeah, it's a theme park designer. Just we have not played it yet. We just know that we love the people behind it.
I saw it and I was like, it's Ken and Chris's game, so I had to grab it.
Gardenbau from 25th Century. We
Now,
got this for photos.
for photos.
We do some product photography for 25th Century.
So we already have the prototype of this, played it. I really love it. One of the things that really stands out with me is it's all actual antique artwork. It's not artwork that's redone. They gathered it and curated the art for the game, and it's actual antique.
Very strategic tile placing, like multi-leveled tile placing, multi-strategy.
Yeah, you're growing your garden.
We have a preview on this that we did with the Kickstarter. It's definitely worth looking at. It's a gorgeous game that very strategic, surprisingly strategic.
Yeah, and just really, really pretty.
Yep.
So all right, you can get some from your side.
Yeah. So Keepers from Van Ryder Games. We are actually should have a playthrough of this coming out. This is
gorgeous.
It's a I'm trying to think of how to describe it. It's
kind
all
of
the
bidding. You're kind of bidding.
Yeah,
on
it's
it,
Byron
right?
Jordan. Byron
is the photographer. He has been doing nature
it's
photography.
Not Jordan. It's Jajorian. It's Byron from Van Ryder Games. Yes,
he has been doing nature photography for like 40 years, and so this is like his photography from the last 40 years. Some of this, like I found one that was like an elephant, about to step on him. And I was like, how'd you get that one? So he has stories of how he did this. So the art and the photography is amazing.
Gorgeous game. This one should be a GenCon release. I think that's what they're shooting for. But it's everyone has cards. You
the cards are in the center.
Well, no, that you put the cards in the center. Everyone has their cards with their pictures on it. Whoever's turn it is picks a word to describe one of their cards, maybe slippery or lush or green or whatever.
Verb.
It has to be not a verb
or an action,
an adjective.
An adjective.
Yeah, can't be a noun. I don't think it can be a verb. But there's stipulations to it. We just had a quick run through of it.
That's
there.
right.
And then everyone else plays a card that either fits that or is the opposite of it, and then you vote on cards you think fit it or are opposite, and you score based on if your card won, and it's kind
There's a really cool tiebreaker too that it's kind of like you almost want there to be a tie because it was really cool. I can't remember the exact details. I just know I was like, oh, that's cool.
So it is a voting game. It's a kind of subjective voting game. What I like about the idea of this versus some other similar games is it's not a funniest card win. We're that with those, they're like Cards Against Humanity. It's like it doesn't matter who picked the best one. You're just going with the one that's the wackiest or the most off the wall. This one is actually kind of making a judgment, and it's not that silliness where you're like you can actually strategically place cards out there and not get undercut by just whoever had you know which ones always win.
Okay, we got Herbaceous is the pocket edition. I have actually never played this game. We played Foliferous. This is Pencil First Games.
Yep.
We've played Foliferous before online, before it was on Kickstarter. I really enjoyed that game. I've wanted to play Herbaceous.
We picked this up. This was a giveaway.
It was a giveaway, and I think there is an expansion tag. Oh, it's in the bag. Okay. Is it in your bag?
Yep. No, it's not in my bag.
So I'm really interested in playing this game. I don't know a ton about it. I love the idea of it.
Also picked up Cover Your Kingdom at the
From
get together.
Grandpa Beck Games.
Yes. We have their other games. This one they did not send us with the other stuff, but they sent us their other games to take a look at.
We really wanted this one.
We're glad to pick up Cover Your Kingdom at the Charity Board Gamers get together.
Yeah.
It's just we have heard that this is a more family-friendly version of Cover Your Assets. We'll be going through all of their games and giving our opinion on them very soon. But excited. Our kids love Take That games. This is
We've learned to love Take That.
It's a be mean in a fun way. Yeah,
and the art looks fantastic. Yeah. I love the artwork.
Yes.
Okay, Gift of Tulips. This is a Weird Giraffe game. Justin, he works the Weird Giraffe booth. And we got him to step out. We were trying to get him to step out, and he wouldn't leave. So he left in order to stand in the hall or the aisle with us. He left
still
to give us
within sight of the booth.
Yes, because he's
there were other people at the booth.
There
we
was.
didn't pull the only person away from the booth. People, stop accusing us of being irresponsible.
But he he made an excuse to give us Gift of Tulips, which I have not played. I've heard it's great and that it just is beautiful. It's one of those games that I'm really, really glad I get to have this to review as well.
Longboard, a Reiner Knizia game. Have not played it. This is another one that we're doing photos for.
Tristram did the art for this.
Okay.
Yeah, which I love Tristram's work. He does a lot of like, what is the other one, Torrent of Century, that we love so much with the knights and you're going on the rondelle. I see it in my head.
I do.
Crickets.
You know which one. Leaves a comment. That's which one we're thinking of.
Wait, you know which one?
It's Wood something Wood.
Kingswood?
Kingswood.
Oh,
that's
there
what
it
it is. Leaves a comment with Kingswood. Let us know. You got it before we did.
You did.
Yep.
So this one, you
don't know much about it.
You're trying to do the longest surfboard.
But this is another one. We can't answer much about it yet. Again, we were sent with this specifically for a photo project. You got sleeves, so you can finish sleeving star realms, and so we can sleeve Scout. Go buy Scout. It's going to be out as soon as it wins the Spiel award.
I am an official sleeve gamer because I got look at this mat.
Yep.
They gave me this mat.
You can lay your cards on it and figure out what size they go.
Yes, and like how they sync up. It was really, really cool. So I was so amazed by this that she was like, here, you can have this too. So now I'm official game sleever.
Got a Final Girl mask, also from Van Ryder Games.
You've never played that, have you?
I have not.
Devin has it.
You're too scared to play it.
I'm too scared to play it.
We got a Bears Trail expansion die, the Trail mixed dice from Fireside Games.
Bears is a lot of fun. If you played zombie dice, you and like that, you will love Bears. It's a little less gory. Yep. I mean, the bears do maul you. Yep. Maybe it's not less gory.
Got the Night Cage from Smirk and Dagger. Really excited to play this. We love Subterra.
Yeah, we do love Subterra.
This is you're trying to find your way out of a place. You are drawing random tiles and making pathways, but you're holding a candle. The candle is very big to the theme. You can only see a certain number of tiles around you, and your paths don't stay the same. So as I understand, when you get out of the light, the tiles go away, and when you try to backtrack,
they're different.
Like you have to find keys and you have to find your way out, but the pathway may not be the same. It has its own soundtrack that they scored specifically for this game. Very thematic.
I'm wondering if it's going to be like really eerie.
I'm sure it is. I've heard that it is tense, not scary. Like it's not. There's no monsters, nothing. I don't think. But I've heard it described as it's horrors like there are in. And even those are just little tiles. But yeah, it's one of those create tension. Yeah, the
art is really pretty. That's really, really pretty.
So really excited to
and the tiles are in this like little, I don't know how well you can see it. This like
the little stand, so you're pulling them from the top.
Yeah. I'm excited about that one.
So we got
date night. Ooh.
This was from Academy Games, a publisher we were not familiar with beforehand, and apparently we've been missing out.
I mean, as a homeschool mom, I saw this and I was like, how have I not heard of you before? And he's like, I don't know.
Yep. So this is 1775, the American Revolution.
Which we are doing this school year with Peyton. We're doing new early American history. So I'm really, really excited to have this. I kind of want to play it before the 4th of July so that we can kind of have that out so people who are learning about the Revolution and really wants games based on the Revolution, American Revolution, can also check this game out.
It's a war game. It's based on the American Revolution. And it's won the Gamma Historical Board Game of the Year, Board Game Geek Best Board Game, or Best War Game.
It's in like all these national monuments and things like that, and they're like gift
and they have so many games. There was another one like a 3D. It was from them. It was totally different than this.
Cool. It was like magnet, and you put these cubes, and I don't even think I got any pictures of it because I had my arms full.
I think I did.
But you've got it's like a racetrack.
We're so professional.
I know. It's like this racetrack where you've got all these cubes, and you're racing 3D on this like cube track. It's really, really neat. So they just had the prototype there. I believe it's going to Kickstarter.
Yeah, I don't.
You don't have any?
No, I think it's fulfilling from Kickstarter.
Oh, is it? Okay.
It's already Kickstarted.
Yep. It looks really
now
cool.
not here. Hold on, not on this table. We visited Hachette. They have a really cool puzzle game called Turing Machine.
Oh, that one was really
super brain bendy.
That's a GenCon release.
That should be a GenCon release. They have another area control game that looked really fun.
And then they had the social. I'm trying to remember.
Yeah, it's a social kind of get to know the people you're playing with game.
That one was really cool.
There was a giant Kabuto Sumo game there that was really cool. I'm sure that will be at all the conventions. Watch people play that. That was a lot of fun to watch.
That's with board game tables.
Yes. Lucky Duck has an adorable little kids game where you're sliding turtles and stuff down a water slide.
You just have different. It's like a flicking game.
Yeah, you're actually flicking them down a water slide, trying to get them in the pond.
But back to Hachette.
Oh yeah,
Hachette. Hachette? Am I pronouncing it? Hachette. It's called Oh Really, and it's like you have 3 different cards out there that are a subject of some kind. Like
it was
peeling
taking
potatoes,
a bath, peeling potatoes, and long nails.
Long nails, yeah. And so you are rating what you think one person is going to rate that, like in their order and things like that. And so we guessed, I think long baths, I guess, as 1, and then
nails is 2, and potatoes is 3.
Yeah, because I don't think of potatoes. But apparently Danny really is, it's like a zen thing for her to peel potatoes. So she marked that as 1. So we learned something. I was like, that's really cool. So the artwork on that is gorgeous. This is watercolor. Apparently the designer also did the artwork. It was really, really neat. But they also have the Acropolis. Is that what it's called?
Is that the new...
The new one that sold out. Acropolis. And what you're doing is you're kind of building your own... Acropolis. Yeah. Acropolis. And you've got these tiles that you're kind of building at, and it's a... help me here. You're not matching. You're trying to get majority of different colors to give you different points. Yeah. And you can build up, so it can be vertical as well.
You can cover up things. Each color scores differently.
Yeah, it was really neat. And then obviously they had the
Northgard was the area control game we're talking about. That's you're building a big map with tiles. That's coming out soon. That one looked like a lot of fun.
Yeah. So we have this Jurassic Park. Hold on, it's down here somewhere. This Unmatched. Oops. We have this Unmatched with the engine versus the Raptors, which we've really enjoyed. Yeah. Mondo sent us this game. And also, it's over here.
The Deadpool.
The Deadpool. To review and do appearance perspective on that. So we just had, that's the only Unmatched we have. So we can only play 2v2. Or not 2v2, 1v1.
Yes.
And so we were like, okay, we need to get...
Legends, Volume 1.
We have 4-player games that really love this battle game. So we got Legends Volume 1, so we can all 4 play the game at the same time. But then we also, for the boys, and in honor of the fact that the new Jurassic Park movie came out, we got the Dr. Sattler versus T-Rex. And this T-Rex is fantastic.
It is to scale against
Dr. Sattler.
So yeah, giant T-Rex. The boys immediately played that one. They played Raptors versus T-Rex. So the board had the 3 Raptor minis against the T-Rex. It was awesome.
The Raptors won like by the skin of their teeth. It was Jared was like, it wasn't very unmatched. We were very matched.
We also picked up the Jeff Goldblum mini, which is incredible.
It's okay.
Allison is not a fan. Sorry, Jeff. I know you're probably watching this. She's not a fan. I'm a big fan, so don't judge all of us for her. Yeah, I like Jeff Goldblum.
Okay.
So, yeah.
I mean, to each his own.
He's a free spirit.
How does this go in here?
So we picked up Jurassic Park Unmatched.
His arm, stop that. He's got his little arm.
There we go.
Will it fit in there okay?
Yeah, Jurassic Park Unmatched and Legends Volume 1.
Okay, now we were talking about when we were with Jesse Quackalope. He learned that we had never played Marvel Champions before. Yeah. And Daniel has been really interested in it. We love Marvel. Our whole family, our whole marriage has been like, and we've been married. We got married in 2007.
Iron Man came out in 2008. So we've kind of grown through life with Iron Man and with the MCU. So
a couple years ago, when did we start watching it through with the boys? Like 3 years ago?
Yeah, 3 years ago, I think.
So we would slowly do family nights and watch through the Marvel series. It was a lot of fun to do that. So we've always loved Marvel, big Marvel. So we've just not played Marvel Champions. So he was like, all right, hold on. Yeah. Let's go downstairs. You guys help me sort out. So he got a full set with a few expansion heroes here with us. So we're going to dive into this.
Excited to play that with the boys.
Thank you so much, Jesse.
We also connected with Queen Games, and they gave us Scrap Racer to review. It's just of all their games, this one jumped out the most. Is like, oh, the boys will absolutely love that.
Yeah, like they will. I really liked London Bridge. It's a new one that they have. They showed it in the first look room. We can put some photos up here too. Photos up here too. It looked really cool. It had a very old game feel to it. It was almost like they Queen Games kind of had it in their back pocket, and they found it in the files and were like, oh, let's do this one. Yeah. So I feel like I'm interested to see what other people are going to say about it. We didn't get a copy to actually play it. We just were shown how it plays. I'm interested to see what other people think about London Bridge, because I think maybe if it had been published maybe 10 years ago, it would be a big hit. I'm not
what
really
I heard from it was really good.
Yeah, it was really cool. It just felt really old school, which I liked, but it just did feel. So Scrap Racers.
It may or may not be pod racing, but it's pod racing.
It's pod racing.
Yep.
The characters are really, really neat. And here's the expansion. It allows 7-8 players and has 3 new racetracks in a pit stop.
Yep.
Pit stop.
So we got this to play with the boys. We're going to review it probably pretty quick.
Yeah, they want
relatively quick, because they want to play it. So what's not here, what we don't have on the table, didn't bring home with us. I think the thing I am anticipating the most that I saw is the Castle Panic Crowns and Quests. Like we saw, they had all the minis, and there were some updated minis from the Kickstarter.
If you're new to the channel, you know that as a family, Castle Panic is what got us into the modern board game.
If they're new, they probably don't.
Castle Panic is so dear to our hearts because it really stepped us into the modern board game arena.
Yes.
And so, I mean, our game is falling apart. Like the box is falling apart. So we're
excited.
It's
a well-loved game.
We're excited to get the new remake that was kickstarted last year. It's going to be fulfilling later this year.
Yeah. So that's got all the minis and all that, and the minis are awesome. Like I'm excited about those. But it's the base game, and then all of the expansions that have the minis for it. But then there is a new expansion that was part of the Kickstarter, the Crowns and Quest expansion, which all of the other ones work together. So many. They give you more weapons. They give the monsters more weapons. They give you different ways to protect your castle from being destroyed.
It's just I think it's a garbage truck. But then there's one quest.
No. I haven't explained what the quests are. So all of the expansions up until now give you different ways to stop your castle from being destroyed and give the monsters different ways to destroy your castle. The quests and the Crowns and Quest expansion adds actual missions to it. Mm-hmm. It also adds, what was really cool is the
characters.
The characters. Yeah. So you have characters that are tied to one of the castles in the castle ring. If you get knocked out, so if that castle ring or if that castle section gets knocked out, you still get to play, but you lose your character's abilities. So it adds a lot of strategy to like which one you're going to let go when someone has to go, when some castle section has to go, instead of it just being
we can't let this one go because we really need this ability in order to knock this one out or things like that. Yeah. And then there's like the ones where you've got the portal.
It's just missions.
Where it is. Like I could easily see the boys going through that during the summer
and there
with
were
their friends.
So many of them. There's so many
I looked at Justin, I was like, you've been busy.
Yeah. So like one of them had instead of like the monster getting in, but you need to sneak people out to the woods. You need to help them escape. So if they get captured, if they end up on the same spot as a monster, then they're an orc, or goblin, or whatever. They're out, and you. And then there's also a
messenger that rides around that does different things.
And they were still pretty discreet. Like they only showed us 2 or 3 of them. But it looked like so much fun. It's not a campaign. It's not a legacy. But it's definitely one that you can pick a new one each time, and it's going to give you a different experience. So that one I am really excited about.
Justin and Anne-Marie are going to come. They're in Texas, so they are going to come over here to Arkansas and do a playthrough with us.
Yes, once that gets here.
Once that gets here. I'm excited to see what quest he wants to play.
Now, we also stopped by Kids Table in Bird Island.
Yep.
So we got to Maple Valley. Did not see much about it. I believe we will hopefully have a playthrough of that prior to the Kickstarter. Excited to do some stuff with them on that. Also we saw it at Gamma, but the Power Plants production copy looks so good.
I'm so excited about that game. We still have the prototype here in the studio, but that game is fantastic. And all the little sprites were all unique and different in how they were designed.
So really excited about that one. That one's going to be great.
Okay, now there's this one game that it's on Kickstarter. I think it might still be on, may have just ended, but it's called Little Fish, I think.
Finest Fish.
Finest Fish,
yes.
Thank you. And it was so cute. We showed a little bit of it on our vlog because I just couldn't stop talking about it. I literally grabbed multiple of their little business cards because I kept talking about it. And I was like, check this out, check this out, check this out.
It's adorable. You're making patterns with fish scales.
With fish scales, and they're little wooden fish scales, and you're trying to create patterns to complete different cards to get different points, and you're drafting the tiles, and it's just so cute. They also had like a chameleon game with different colors, but they also had like where you could design and paint your own pen, which was really cute.
We got a couple of those. Anything else that jumped out? Are we missing anything?
I mean,
we saw
so much
the
there.
Star Realm,
Lucky
the
Duck,
Star
we
Realms
did mention
Legacy,
the Lucky Duck one.
The Star Realms Legacy game. Mentioned that earlier, but we will be doing a playthrough of that. That one looks awesome.
You're putting different stickers.
Yeah, you're stickering cards.
And there's different requirements that you need in order to do certain things. And then like how the stickers are.
You can upgrade ships when you buy them.
You're either upgrading the ship or you're upgrading the base. You can't do both on that
multiple ways to end the game.
That's true.
They are going to have stickers and also an infinite replayable pack where you have every option of cards. So instead of putting a sticker on a card, you just take that card out and you get what would be the stickered version.
Right.
So if you don't want to sticker cards, you want to be able to go through and play it and like see how it would play out different ways, you're going to be able to do that.
Yeah, which is very nice to be able to have that. We got to see Chip Theory. They had the burn cycle, like the metal.
Brass Max talked to them about some stuff that's happening.
They got some stuff coming out that we're pretty pumped about. Oh goodness, there was so much. The op, they were demoing and letting people play the Sorcerer's Arena, which is so fun to see more people playing that. VENN, yes. We're gonna have playthrough of both of those. VENN is an interesting, interesting game.
I have heard opinions on it that weren't super hot opinions from other people.
I don't think that they line up well with our experience with it.
And really what it is with VENN is if you play it, because what you're doing, you have a Venn diagram on the table where you have overlapping things. You have words that you're trying to guide your teammates to. And then you have really abstract cards that you're using.
Super
to guide.
abstract.
So like, it really, the first time we played it was a little like, it's okay. The second time, because there's no perfect cards. The cards are so abstract and have so many different, like it may be a lion and a rainbow, and then like a chicken wing on one card.
And you're trying to get them to choose a word.
Yeah.
There's like what, 10 words that or 10 to 12 words that you're trying to get people to narrow down based on the cards that you're putting on the Venn diagram. It's very interesting.
But it really, so the person putting down the cards cannot talk at all. They can't communicate. They can't give clues. But the people guessing are constantly communicating. What we figured out is when we first played, we were waiting for the cards to become obvious, and that's not how you play that game.
No,
you have to talk amongst yourselves with the people guessing, and then read what the clue giver is non-verbally communicating. So this one is ferocious. We think this one might be ferocious. Well, if they immediately put down another card, it's like, that one's obviously not ferocious. But if they like pass and never put another card there, we're in the right direction. So
now, at one point, I was the clue giver, and I was like, they had narrowed it down, but I can't really stop. Like I can be like, okay, you got it. They have to be like, okay, those are our choices. And so they had got it. Like they got it. And so I just kind of slowed down looking for the card.
There's a lot of nonverbal communication. That's not cheating. That's part like you have to work and kind of read what's going on.
Like the deck probably stacked up is about that big.
No, it's not that big.
Oh, it's huge. No, okay, you're right. It's probably about that big. But it's a lot, and they're double-sided. So
and none of them are perfect. So that's why it's also a Venn diagram. So you have this matches up to this card, and this matches up to this. But then also there's some overlap, or this card might apply to all three, or these two. So that one, I'm really excited to get a playthrough out of that one because I think that we haven't heard a lot of it. Or a lot about it, but I think the initial response to it seems to be probably played it once or twice and it didn't give it a good enough chance, or just expected it to be something different.
You need to play with different, like a player group too, to really get the good feel.
Because a lot of the feedback is like, I like the idea of the game, but I didn't like the artwork. And the more I played it, the more I liked the artwork, and realized like if the artwork was less abstract,
It would be
too easy.
Yeah, it would be too easy. So
if there was just a lion on the picture and I could put that with ferocious, that would be too obvious. But instead, it's like a lion and someone brushing their hair. So which one is that? Is that like?
I'm trying to think. BrotherWise Games. We did stop by there. The Castles by the Sand.
Yeah.
Is that what?
Castle by the Sea.
Yeah, Castle by the Sea. That one looks fantastic. Yeah. We didn't get a review copy or preview copy before Kickstarter, but it's really, really pretty. I love that.
Yeah. We have like 3 minutes left on this card. So
okay.
We got to finish up fast.
And then I think was CGE had a full a
giant,
big giant the Galaxy Trucker. So that was fun to see
Yeah.
people. And I think they were streaming like the whole event. So if you go to CGE's Twitch, you can see Ray talking about that.
Yep.
Friends. I mean, that's
Friends were the highlight.
We love games and we love to experience. We love to tell you about the games.
Just seeing the people, seeing the 3-dimensional faces of the people we saw for 2 years.
We did have masks on,
Yeah.
so there's that. But if you it was so good to see our people.
It was a great convention.
It was.
Saw some exciting stuff that were like it was a great experience overall. And yeah, so those are the games we saw. Those are the games that we saw that are coming up. The ones that we brought home with us that we are excited to play. And then, of course, we got home to Tidal Blades Banner Festival, sitting on our kitchen table. It was delivered while we were
actually
gone.
right over there.
It is. We can leave that one there for now.
Okay.
So yeah, we'll have a playthrough of that coming out, and hopefully playthroughs of some of these games as well, and just our thoughts on them.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
We're going to go to Gen Con next, I believe, is the plan.
That's the plan.
So if you're going to Gen Con, please leave a comment below. Let us know that you're going, and if there's like a title that you hear is going to be out there, mention that too so we can be sure that we check that out. If you aren't able to go, we want to be sure that we check out games that you're interested in so we can cover that as well.
Yep. So thanks for hanging out.
We will see you next time.
Bye.
Bye, you guys.